I must have pressed the button and I killed the stream. All right, we're back. We're almost done anyway, so we're close to being finished with this. So we have right here what we're doing with the Dreadnought, and we have the Nemesis Dread Knights as well there. Let me go back to this. Let's see what's going on with live. It's the wrong picture. I'll fix that afterwards. What's up, DG? I don't know. I think I pressed a button or something. I think I pressed end on the phone, or maybe it lost connection for a quick second. So anyway, we're back. I have to fix the thumbnail for it because it looks like I'm playing Space Marine 2 on the live for this. So, but here we go. So this is going to be how we're going to set up the entire cabinet for this. So I think what I'm going to do on the next shelf next to the vulnerable Dreadnought. Shit, how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to do Terminators on the bottom, and then we'll do Valdor. Actually, Valdor probably should go up top. Yeah, Valdor and Kaldor Drago. Let me bring this up. Valdor and Kaldor Drago will probably be on the very top. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think you guys can see that now. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit higher. There we go. Let's see if you're going to lose the view on the bottom Dreadnought, the Nemesis Dreadnought rather. Not too bad. Oh, that's better. Okay, that works. So we're going to do, let me think. I think top level is going to be Valdor, and I have the these two banners, which I've shown you guys a couple times. I bought two of the banner guys, the two Terminators that came with the banners, and I just built out some banner holders, because if you know anything about, if you bought these, you know how much of a pain in the ass it's trying to get these things to stand up without someone holding it. Even when they're holding it, it's a big pain in the ass. And then inside of here, we have one of the Purity Seals. So we got the two banners there. We have the Grey Knights magnet in there. I'm going to do some more stuff in here because I can do a bunch of stuff on each of these poles. And then on the very bottom, the same thing. We'll do some extra stuff in there. And then for these Nemesis Dread Knights, I think we're going to stick, this is the dude who came with the Nemesis Dread Knight. So I think we're going to stick him, he's already a driver on the two of them. So this was the model that came with him. That came with, if you bought the Nemesis Dread Knight with the figure, this was the model that came with it. So I think, well, can we do, I don't know, let me think here. If I put the vulnerable Dreadnought on the very bottom, I think this is too much. I think that's way too much in one particular spot. So I think putting him back there is fine. And then we'll get one Terminator here. We can stick the Dread Knight all the way in the back. So we get one there. And then this was the one that OP Smoke picked up. This is actually really awesome Dread Knight. I mean Nemesis, Grey Knight, Terminator rather. And this, I think this is the one. No, this is not the one that came with the floating skull. And it's a weird item because it doesn't fit really well on the shoulder. So we'll put him here. And then I have two of these, and these are the ones that came with the banner. So we got two of these with the large Nemesis Force sword. No, these are the blades. Well, I think these are the swords because these are the larger two-handers. Now we're going to move him to the very back. And then we'll have two of these guys here. And that's not too bad. I think that works. Yeah, we back. That's right, Cyber. Even when they're holding it. I need to get that one. UNOP are no good for me. I might have to get that. Dude, the Spear GK is awesome. He's really good. And then this one's really cool. This is the one that came with the servo skull. This is the one because he's got the hole in the shoulder pad. So this is an awesome figure. I think what I'm going to do is just do all of the Terminators on the bottom levels with each of the Nemesis Dread Knights. And the good thing about these Terminators is outside of Coward Drager, I gotta fix the foot on that one. They're pretty, like they're not loose at all. So they're pretty good. Now Coward Drager is another freaking thing. He's such a cool figure, but he has such loose limbs. And his shield is so cool, but it's so goddamn heavy that it falls on his wrist because he's got like these, I don't know. I don't think it's a wrist fall. I think the shield is just so big and bulky. Maybe if he had better arms or better hands on it, and then he's got the really cool looking chapter sword, which he remade from a demon blade in the in the warp somehow. I don't know how he did that, but that's fine. But he is going to need to have a stand because I know what's going to happen with him. I'm going to come in tomorrow morning and he is going to be falling on his face. So we're going to use one of the clear stands from JOYTOY and we'll drop him in here. All right. All right, so we got Valdor, we got Coward Drager, and then we'll do, I guess, with the Dreadnought, we'll probably do Castellan Garen Crow. We'll do Crow here. And then Crow, actually, does he have... So, the reissue of Crow is pretty solid as far as the legs and everything. I don't really have to worry about this falling over. The reissue, though, I did what I was explaining to falling upwards yesterday, and that is I took tiny magnets, which you can get off of Amazon, and I put them on the bottom of the feet. Where is the other Castellan Garen Crow? Did he fall? Nope, here he is. So on this figure, and we'll see, just like I showed the other night on the sisters, I put the little magnets in the bottom of his feet so that he has a stand that's magnetized, so that I never have to worry about him falling over because he has both feet on the stand. That's one of the only problems with the JOYTOY clear stands is that they have an issue where it's only for 1 foot. So this looks fine. We'll throw this, we'll put Crow there on the side. I'll probably have to go back and fix something with him. And then we're going to put our Purgation Squad figures next to our... Actually, I have an idea. I know what I'm going to do. We're going to do 1 Crow on this level with the Vulnerable Dreadnought. And then we'll just make the top level... Wow, his effect is staying on his sword. Don't want to jinx me. We're going to put Crow on the very top level for now with the unhelmeted. I think that looks pretty cool. So that's the top level. So that's not too bad. The shield on the wrong arm. Is it on the wrong arm? No, it can't be. Is the shield on the wrong arm? Let me see. You talking about Coward Drager? But that the other arm has the wrist-mounted bolter. Left. No, the shield's on the left arm. Right? Am I crazy here? Hold on a second. OP, you're talking about Drago, right? Because that's the only dude here with a shield. Yeah, because he's got the pipe, which I could never figure out what is supposed to be piped into. But he's got a bolter on his other hand, so how do you get... Because then he can't use his wrist-mounted bolter if he's holding the shield, right? And then if he's right-handed, he's going to have the bolter in his right arm, so he can aim it. And he's going to have the sword with his sword hand, and his left hand is going to be with the shield. Unless I'm thinking crazy here. Help me, OP. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Because actually, maybe I am doing it wrong because I couldn't figure out where to put the pipe. Mine came on the left side. Oh, no, it is on the left side. On the camera, it's showing the right. Yeah, everything is flipped, by the way. Everything on the camera is flipped. That's why. Let me get this closer, and I'll just swing this up so you guys can see. Yeah, it's flipped. So it is on the left-hand side. So this is the left. It's just the way the camera flips everything. So it's pretty funny. Wake up in the morning to this. That's the one thing that I don't want to have happen. I don't want to wake up tomorrow morning and everything is falling over. All right, so this is one of the figures I have to glue. That is one of the other interceptors. So bottom level, we're going to do Purgation Squad. And we'll throw some of the other interceptors on some of the other levels too, because I'm going to have too many... I'll have too many power armor figures with this vulnerable dreadnought. So, by the way, all my stuff is not up. That is such a pain in the ass. Let's do this. Okay, there. I think that's, nope, that's the wrong thing. This is because everything crashed before. There we go. Yes, that's working. And there we go. There we go. Now it's back together. Now we have an actual... Even though the thumbnail is completely wrong, anybody who's coming in here is like, hey, are you playing Space Marine 2? No, I'm not playing Space Marine 2 right now. I'm playing with my action figures is what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to put the vulnerable dreadnought. We have... one Castellan Iron Crow here on the bottom level. All right, we'll do this. We'll do this. I'm actually shocked that these guys are standing without stands right now. These guys also have, I put the magnets in their feet. So we'll go back and we'll see if these guys fall over and we can put the magnetized stands on them. And we'll put this guy over to the side so he's not in front of the Purgation Squad. Same thing with him. And we'll drop this down a little bit because we're done with... I think we're done with the top. Maybe I'll put some of my... We'll put the incinerator interceptors up there with them. Or... Yeah. We'll leave... Actually, you know what? We'll leave this the way that it is. We'll put two of these incinerator interceptors. We'll put them with the Nemesis Dread Knight here. Put the Terminators in the back. And that works. I'll bring his arm out a little bit. That's fine. Now we're going to put him here and him here. And move this back. This is a tough thing to do, man. I thought this was going to be a lot easier. On your phone, because you have a very narrow view, if this was on my camera, on my Canon camera, I would be able to do this much easier. But because this is on my phone, it is a bit of a pain to get this situated. So, and if I go down even farther, see if I can get rid of the top there. That's what we want. That's the view. All right. And then you guys can see everything that's in the cabinet. All right. So the only thing that sucks is I have... All right. So this one is fine. So this interceptor is going to go there. We got one interceptor without a helm. I'm gonna have to move these around later. But I have to figure out where I'm gonna put all of these, all 5 of them, the interceptors I have that I picked up. We can put 2 here for now. Put him in there. And then we'll put, this is another non-broken one. So we'll put, by the way, I'm going to have to get somebody to customize one of these. Maybe I'll talk to Book G. By the way, I have a custom JOYTOY Terminator coming. And that's going to be coming soon. So we'll do a review on that. So that's going to be that level. And then I have 2 interceptors. I almost broke another one. So this is going to be the final one. And we'll situate him in the front for now. And then the top level will be the leadership of the Grey Knights for now. Granted, I know Khaldor Dragor in the latest codex is not part of, he's a Legends miniature, but so this on the backpack, the little piece broke off just now, and then I had another one that broke off. So these 2 figures are not going to go in the display. I got to glue these pieces on, and we'll do that in just a second. And then that's what that looks like. So I think that looks pretty good. Let me, this is a pain. All right, here we go. I think this looks better. Move this back. And there we go. Let me look on camera. So yeah, so that is the display for all the Grey Knights. And we'll do a quick glue job. I'm gonna go grab my glue and we'll do that live really quick. And then we're gonna call it a night. I'll grab my glue. And we're almost done. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I don't think that this is playing right now. Oh, it would help if I actually had it selected. There we go. There we go. All right, so that is the display. I think it worked out pretty good. I just have 2 more interceptors, which I'm going to glue the little spines on right now as the Diablo figure fell over. Didn't break, but it fell over. So we have this. So this is going to be the display. I'll add some extra stuff in there, right? We're going to add, I'm going to see on eBay if I can pick up some more of these banners, the Nemesis chapter banner here, because I think these are awesome. I think 1 on each level would be pretty cool. And then I have the magnet right here, which is another, just a smaller version of the banner. Oh my God, things are moving. I'm gonna have to put this, I think, stands on all of these figures in here. The ones with the medium-sized figures, I'm gonna stick magnets in their feet, and then we'll have each one of them with a magnetic stand, and then the rest of them, I'm just gonna put stands on. But for right now, this is how it's gonna look. All right, and then we'll do a real quick fix on these 2 figures, which keep falling over. I'm not doing a great job here. Let's move this here. And we'll switch this here. All right, that's not bad. Great, you think Stick Death? I am a Grey Knights fan, sir. Well, I like other chapters too. I'm a huge Blood Angels fan. But yeah, the main thing that got me into Warhammer originally was the Grey Knights. And then here's my cosplay Nemesis Force Sword, which I'm going to be rocking at Comic-Con this year, Comic-Con. It's going to be crazy. I've never been to a New York Comic-Con before. I've been to a Comic-Con. I went to the Philadelphia one, but I've never been to a really large, big one before. So this is going to be a fun experience. I think a crazy experience too. So here's one of the pieces. Where's the other one? So here's one of the pieces that I'm going to have to glue. Where is the other one? Put it in my pocket. No, I did not. You know what I'm going to do too, I forgot, is that Mechanicus figure that you had me get, Smoke, which was a really good idea too. I'm going to stick him in the level with the Vulnerable Dreadnought. Just as a nod to the Cascade Demon Hunters game. So let's do, by the way, this glue is Loctite Ultra Gel Control. It's actually really good because it gives you enough time to stick the piece back on the right way. And then I just gotta hold it for a little bit. And then this should stick right back on. And that's one of the spines on the power pack that broke off. These are actually pretty easy to break off. You got to be careful with these. This is the second one I've broken. I hope this glues on. I think it will. This is pretty good glue, and I would assume this is gonna stick. It's heavy. It's the only problem. It's not like repairing a piece on a miniature, because I've had a couple of my miniatures. Oh, it's holding! I've had a couple of my miniatures where I've had to do repairs like this on. And I don't want to I want to keep holding it like this because I'm afraid that the glue is not gonna be, it's not dried enough yet. But that's what it looks like. Is that crooked? No. So that looks, hopefully you can see that in the camera. But that is to fix it. By the way, I have a couple more repairs I have to do. And we'll do that when I do the live stream for the Emperor. When I pop, his is not really a repair, it's just a peg that was not included with the custom figure. So all I have to do is just pop the peg in that they actually sent me. It's just it's a dumbbell peg for his shoulder into his arm. So thank God it's not anything that broke. So this looks like it's gonna hold. God, I don't want to I think we're just gonna hold it there. Please don't fall over. So I think we're gonna pray to the Grey Knight gods that holds. So that is cool. I don't know where the other piece was. Oh, I just stabbed myself with something. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it there because I can't find the other piece. I'm gonna find it right when the stream ends, and then I'll glue the final piece. Did he fall over? He fell over, but his piece still stayed. All right. So we have one more piece to glue, but I can't find it right now. I don't know where I put it. I'm sure I'm gonna find it the moment that I end this stream. All right, guys. So here is the final cabinet. We got everything in there tonight. You got to see a couple of my other things. This is my Nemesis Force Blade for my cosplay of my Grey Knight Interceptor, which I'm going to be wearing to Comic-Con. And then this is my wrist-mounted bolter. And then you guys also got a quick eyeful of the actual cosplay, which always sits behind me when I'm doing any Space Marine 2 stream, or last night I did Battle Sector, etc., etc. So, all right, guys, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. I'll probably be back tomorrow night. We're going to work on the next couple of cabinets, which is going to be the Chaos Legion and the Sons of Horse figures. And then we'll do the Alpha. Actually, I don't know. Maybe we'll do Alpha Legion tomorrow night, because I have 2 custom heads of Alfuris and Omegagon to open up from Wog Toys. I have another Alfurius to open, and then I have like 7 more Alpha Legion figures to open. And so they're all going to go into one of these shelves. One is going to be all of my Black Legion figures, and one is going to be the Sons of Horus 30K figures. So, all right, guys. Again, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. I'll be back probably tomorrow night, and definitely going to be back Sunday. We're going to have Toy Hammer After Dark. We're going to talk about the new releases that came out from JOYTOY this week, as well as later that night, I'm going to do a tabletop simulator game for me learning how to play the tabletop. All right, guys. I'm Wraith. I'm out. Later, guys.